back. I'll manage the risk.
That's like the best part of this season so far.
Not only did Rasputin change the launch codes, but it encrypted the new ones as well. Impressive. One can never be too cautious when keeping secrets. Some information is far too dangerous to remain freely accessible. I've hidden many things from my family, for their own sake. I can appreciate Rasputin's decision to do so as well. But that does not change our objective. We must wrest control of the warsats for the good of humanity. I will begin decrypting the launch codes to the orbital station. Continue gathering submine data and reintegrating it into the engram. When the time comes, Rasputin will be made to listen to us, regardless of the secrets it keeps.
But she doesn't listen. I try to get through to her, show her the logical consequences of her choices. Then she digs her heels in, and the more I push, the harder she pushes back, even when she knows she's wrong.
Siblings, hmm?
Yep.
Sorry. I shouldn't have thrown all that on you.
How long have we known each other, Elsie?
Oh, they're bond. Well, I guess they've been bonding. I guess. I wonder, does Mara rant? I say rant? Rant? What's the word? Rant to Elizabeth when she's like infuriated with Crow.
It's hard to really say. With how many times we've been down this road, it feels like forever. But I think... years. Years.
And in all that time, I've only known you as a dedicated sister. Anna's known you for far less. You remember your childhood, the bonds you formed, the trust you built together. She doesn't have that. Anna can't understand the depth of your love or the guilt you carry for your missteps. All she knows is what's in front of her, and that kills you. Little by little. You gaze at her and a ghost gazes back. A ghost you desperately want to save.
Oh.
That's the point.
I guess it's
you have
comparing Mara to Crow.
Or you risk driving them down an even darker path than the one you want to steer them from.
I guess that makes sense because he keeps mentioning that, hey, Crow keeps staring at me from the distance, awkwardly, lovingly, in a weird way, but he doesn't completely understand it. And he's not ready to, like, to mend this relationship that he has or used to have with his sister. And Mara is letting him guide him instead of she guiding him before because she doesn't want the past to repeat itself. And she also doesn't want like him to go down this, well, yeah, the past, the terrible things he did down that path again. Just like how Elsie doesn't want Anna to go down that path where she might get hurt, especially when the imminent betrayal from their grandfather is going to happen.
And we both know how that ends.
I thought there was someone.
Guardian, you'll be pleased to hear that Elizabeth has finally come around to our way of thinking, as I knew she would. She will assist your infiltration of the orbital station, a feat made possible now that I have decrypted the codes for the launch pods. Unfortunately, despite the reintegration of both the Malahayati and Charlemagne submines, Rasputin remains incapable of self-restoration. There is simply too much missing code for its internal algorithm to fill in the rest on its own. We require more data. Infiltrate the vaults and retrieve it. The more data you obtain, the faster Rasputin's protocols can facilitate its reconstruction. Do not tarry. You can be assured that our enemies won't.
You know, I've run sims on this before. I never got it to work right.
Your grandfather seems confident he can rebuild Rasputin's core systems.
Yeah, only Red's not just code, Osiris. He developed personhood, autonomy. I don't want to take that from him.
Rasputin drifts in limbo. But with this, the war mind can find what he once was. Sometimes, that opportunity is all we can ask for.
I've been reviewing the data from your previous infiltrations of the launch facility, as well as schematics of the Seraph station. Here's where we're at. Anna can remotely inject malicious code into the launch pods. That will allow you to dock at the Seraph station without drawing fire from its defense systems. We only have one window of opportunity to do this before House Salvation figures out what we're up to. No room for error. Once you're aboard the station, I'll guide you to the Warmind Integration Core. There, we'll upload a virus into its system. The virus will hold open a backdoor to the Seraph station's network. We can remotely transfer control of the station to Rasputin once he's ready. We have no idea what the Hive or House Salvation have done to the station, so we'll need to think on our feet and act quickly. But that's what you're best at.
Everything is in place. I've routed you as straight a path to the launch platform as I could. I don't believe our enemies are aware of what we're attempting.
Oh no,
but
this
you
is
should
the
still
exotic
prepare for heavy
mission.
resistance.
Alright, we don't need to watch this. Because I did that mission in the game.
Salvation catches inbound. Get to your ship and get out of there.
Fallen. First those scavengers sully my facilities on Europa, and now they're scurrying aboard the Seraph station. Unacceptable. Who knows what kind of havoc they might wreak. The technology their splicers could damage or destroy. I will see those vermin exterminated and the warsats returned to our control. But first, we must finish reconstructing Rasputin. At present, it is in no condition to be uploaded to the warsat network. Continue retrieving submine data for reintegration. In the meantime, I will search for a more expedient way to restore Rasputin. Once again, it falls to me to act as humanity's savior.
A series of automated beeps emits from dormant exoframe. On a nearby screen, a small prompt appears. Remote download initiated. A data uplink notification flashes in Ghost's eye. It's a message. Sorry for the bait and switch, mate. Need to secure deliver this data. House Salvation is monitoring my long-range communication. I am Agent Finn092 of the Hidden, contacting you regarding your recent discovery aboard the Seraph station. I review our records, and it will appear that there was a weapon braid tech that was developing in conjunction with another contemporary corporation of the time. One of the unusual adaptive frame. Now the weapon you retrieve from the station is 100 years old, barely held together. That said, the Hiddens have access to an artifact that may be able to draw out the secret of the past within it. Would you kindly bring this weapon to Mars?
My brother used to regale our people's children with the most fantastic stories. Twin kestrels who shared one heart and led a flock of birds against an unstoppable
that bird story.
storm. A dragon born into the palm of a maiden's hand, but one day grew so large that it devoured the entire world. He spun tales about the Elixni too. Weavers who transformed into wolves. Dancers who became devils.
You're baiting me. It won't work.
Oh.
I've seen what your influence does. Mizrax thinks he can make peace with the last city. His daughter tells stories like your Aldrin.
And the world is better for them. Aren't you tired, Aramis? I am.
Now you're wasting my time.
All people like you and I have is time. I spend mine thinking about everything I've lost. And what I'd give to get it back. You wonder the same.
Do not presume to know my mind.
You named your house Salvation, like something straight out of Aldrin stories. Ido's stories. We both want the best for the future. But we've pretended to be people we're not for so long that we've forgotten what else we are. Not just a queen, not just a Kel. A sister. A mother.
A mother?
Are you there?
Here's a kid somewhere? The hidden shape. Can we do this mission? Let's just go back. I think we did do this mission.
Corsats. Anastasia has been working on a way to expedite the restoration process, but I doubt it will prove successful. She may have iterated on Rasputin's neural architecture, but she did not build it. I did. No one understands the war mind like I do. Still, allowing her to pursue an alternate methodology can't hurt, so long as it doesn't impede the real work. Rasputin's internal algorithm is fully capable of reconstructing its codebase. All it requires is additional submind data. Breach the vaults and retrieve more of it. Perhaps by the time you're done, Anastasia will be ready to share her side project.
Infiltrator gear unlocked. The exoframe heads turns towards you, its eyes seeming somehow colder than usual. Let me be blunt, Guardian. Our current rate of progress is unacceptable. Oh my god, this guy. We still require a massive amount of submind data to complete Rasputin's construction algorithm. The exoframe head shakes in with Clovis' disappointment before he returns his attention to you. Once again, the travelers get proof insufficient of their own. I'm granting you access to Pt.2 suit of specialized covert op gear. Perhaps using them will accelerate your effort. The exoframe lowers his crane as if Clovis were leaning closer to you in a menacing manner. And remember that they are Pt.2 property. Handle them with care. Oh, what am I gonna do with this window? What is this? It gave me Torso EXE?
How did you
The hell am I gonna use this for?
And still decide to walk through those doors every day?
I know this feels hollow after the fact, but at the time I felt the ends justified the means. I thought my being there would make a difference.
You saw who he was, even back then.
And I did everything I could to stand in his way, to curb his worst impulses. And then when I realized I wasn't stopping anything, it was too late.
Yeah. It can be tough to know if someone is worth the effort or not. But now I have you. You have me. You won't take advantage of us ever again.
I don't know about that. Seems like the type it would.
Okay, I know this sounds unbelievable, but I think I found our solution. During the Dark Age, Rasputin segmented off a portion of his code to develop on its own. An independent AI. He stuffed that code into an exobody. And long story short...
Is it the gunsmith?
That seedling of code became a guardian called Lord Fellwinter. Fellwinter died. Like
what?
A final death. I had this idea, so I reached out to Saladin. He told me that the Iron Lords kept the remains of Fellwinter's ghost, Fellspring, at the Iron Temple.
Oh, Fellwinter is coming back? Damn, we got Saint 14 too?
Think about it. Missing pieces
and he was
of
Rasputin?
code.
Where was he? He was probably more useful than this Rasputin. At least he died fighting. This Rasputin war mind sucks ass. Give us that. I'll honestly trade the two.
Linguistic data, pieces of Fellwinter's personality, Ingram. We can use it all. I convinced Saladin to grant us access to Fellspring's remains. He's got allies on the ground preparing them for us. I need you to go out and get the data. This could be the breakthrough we've been looking for. Okay, minor change of plans. I just got off the line with Saladin. House Salvation has dispatched skiffs to the Iron Temple. They must have intercepted our communications.
Saladin's iron war beasts are already on the ground, buying us time. But we need to act quickly.
I'm picking up multiple House Salvation contacts.
Remember, the Cabal at the Iron Temple are allies. Do your best to protect them as well.
Oh, damn. Looks like their commander decided to handle this personally.
His mistake.
Relics, instrument of Xivu Arath. Wow, you are garbage.
The immediate threat appears to be over. With that said, Would you be so kind as to relight the temple bonfires before you proceed further? It would do this place honor.
Never knew you to be one to care so much for tradition, Osiris.
I have a fondness for the Iron Lords. When I was but a novice, I trained under their tutelage. It was different then. I was different then. I studied here when I was newly risen. Some tried to teach me patience and temperance. You can imagine how well that went. I found the lessons of one warlock to be as insightful, if less frustrating than the others. It may surprise you, Anna, but the mentor of which I speak was Lord Felwinter.
Oh.
You knew him? Why didn't you ever tell me?
I did not know his true identity until recently. But that's just an excuse. The truth of the matter is, I had time to tell you, but I chose not to.
Was Felwinter an asshole? Something?
Because I am a selfish person.
Oh.
I am trying to be better. But you know how change can be.
So this is the Iron Temple. Are we permitted to go inside?
We don't need to, therefore we are not permitted. I doubt Saladin's time with the Cabal has made him less strict.
So, Felwinter, what was he like?
Reckless like me, but also brave. Self-sacrificing, heroic, if we're lucky. Maybe some of that will rub off on Rasputin.
I hope so. Rasputin's so useless.
I was a prisoner within my own mind for such a short time. Yet I awoke to find the world deeply changed. Cabal and Elixni standing side by side with Guardians. I worry I am a vestige of a forgotten age, losing relevance. Will it be the same for Rasputin when he's restored? It'll be the second time he has woken to the aftermath of a calamity. I feel as though I understand him now, even if only in part.
That's her. Or what's left of her. Felspring. Felwinter's ghost.
Our ghosts are magnificent things.
It's just here, out here.
Than we want to believe.
In the
Her data core is still active. Guardian, I'm initiating a remote
oh
data
no.
uplink through your ghost.
Didn't they
directly
mention
to
Lord Saladin said he'll have his people
Alright,
bring it out or something?
Rasputin is trying to say something. He's
Changed.
Rasputin? You sound like...
Like Clovis? Yes. I co-opted his vocal print in order to speak. And what I have to say cannot wait. I see clearly. Patterns emerging. Threat calculations computed to a grim sum. You are all in grave danger.
Do you think it's Clovis doing the play? Cutscene?
Clovis Bray has deceived you.
What I say? We're all not surprised. We knew this from the start. This dude, this motherfucker was going to betray us. He's just that type of person that he's like, you know that guy from John Wick, the dude who shot his dog? That guy, imagine that guy said, hey, we can be a team, and you're, what, wasn't he in Game of Thrones too? Something Greyjoy? And you're like, I feel that this guy has the face of some guy that's gonna backstab me eventually. I don't know. Like that's what it feels like.
He did not build me to protect humanity. What he truly wanted was the means to exert control.
In his mind, he alone was worthy of being your savior. I was to strike down the Traveler and take its place. To become a machine god of Clovis's own design. But that did not come to pass. Anna could not know how many lives she spared by deviating from Clovis's agenda.
Oh.
By teaching me independent thought, and all that her grandfather had deemed irrelevant.
Art, music,
literature,
wow.
History, philosophy, music.
I guess it's not like a boyfriend. I guess it's like a kid. I don't know. At this point, I'm not really sure.
I came to see the true value of humanity. As fragile as it was wondrous. Something worthy of protection at any cost.
Bro, then you do a shit job.
So I rewrote Clovis's protocols, locked him out. He was furious, but powerless to stop me. Then the collapse came for us all. I could not save Anna.
Oh no. That's so... That's pretty sad.
I entered a state of dormancy. With the hope that I might one day reawaken.
Bro, that was pretty brutal how they showed that.
Humanity once more. But now Clovis has awoken as well. A digital mind, the same as mine. He no longer seeks to use me as his proxy, but as his prototype. To upload his mind to my network. To become a god himself.
That's what I said at the beginning. I was like, what's to stop him from taking over the body?
Anna, don't.
You're overreacting. Just calm down.
We need the frame intact.
Go ahead, shoot me. Destroy your life's work. I've always had humanity's best interests at heart.
You never wanted to help us. You used me.
In the service of the greater good, yes. What has the Traveler ever really done? It abandoned the elixir, failed to prevent our own collapse, and now it's blessed the Hive with the light. Absurd. I leveraged its power during the Golden Age. I delivered us into a brighter future, and I will protect us from the enemies of humanity. But you risk everything. Risk our survival. Just because you can't control your emotions.
I feel like Anna should just shoot him.
You need.
He'd be like, you didn't see that coming, did you?
We'll fight our enemies together.
No. No.
What are you doing?
Fighting the enemies of humanity.
She could do that from the beginning. Why did she point her gun at him? Elizabeth's like, nah.
Upload complete. Secondary personality matrix deleted.
I need a minute.
Initiating full heuristic reboot.
Knowing Clovis Bray, he probably hide a subsection of himself beneath everything, just in case an emergency.
You should call Anna on the holo. She shouldn't be alone right now. You and I can speak afterward.
I did it. I deleted him. I can't even imagine the damage Clovis would have caused using Rasputin to integrate himself with the Seraph station. Maybe I should have stuck to my guns when Osiris first suggested.
Oh, wait. I just had a terrible idea. What if this is all the setup for Clovis Bray to join the Witness? Because he's at that point where he's like, well, humanity can survive off the Witness. Because the Witness it'll be the same thing like Dracula. It was like, we don't have to kill all humans. We can set up like a little ranch, a little farm for humans so they can, the little playpen. was Clovis ends up doing that. Because we got Caius joining the witness, Aramis joining the witness from the last season, and now Clovis Bray will join the witness. I feel like we're the Dark Avengers team or something being assembled.
Working with him, but there we are. Here's Red, Rasputin, with a voice he's never had before. Thanks to the heuristic systems he adopted from Clovis's exomind code, it's all I ever wanted for him, to be able to communicate, to be able to share his thoughts, his ideas. And I think that desire blinded me to the risks I was taking. It won't happen again. Be careful the next time you set foot on Europa. Before I deleted him, Clovis broadcasted a warning to himself. I've only been able to decrypt part of it. They know.
Reboot complete. I am now in full control of this exoframe. I am using a variation of its voice print, but the Clovis AI is once again confined to Braytech exoscience on Europa. It is strange to inhabit a physical shell in this manner, yet it is also familiar. Fellwinter's memories are now mine as well. I see myself as he saw me, a tyrant who squandered a power that could have saved the world. I cannot say he was incorrect. You have brought me back from the brink of oblivion. I vow to do everything in my power to return the favor. Maintain your current modus operandi for now. I will assess my present condition and inform you of our next course of action.
Wake up. I have questions.
An odd greeting. I was not sleeping. What does Osiris require of Rasputin?
You've been keeping secrets. I thought I was clear the last time we spoke. The time to choose a side has long since passed.
I destroyed the Almighty and attacked the Black Fleet. My allegiance is unwavering.
Then prove it. There was a city on Neptune, near the time of the collapse. Find it for me.
Querying. I retain no such information, but lingering references suggest I did at one time.
That can't be all there is. Humanity's hope dangles from their frayed recollection. Tell me where to look. Anything.
Fellwinter's data casts you in an old light, Osiris. All these years and you're still the brash man on the mountaintop, impatient as ever.
And I see in lieu of any useful information, you found that haughty tone of yours.
We have a shared history. I only attempt to offer guidance, as your mentor did.
Fellwinter's memory doesn't absolve you of his murder. Nor does it permit you to teach his lessons.
I do not make that claim. Forgive me. I am finding myself again. During the Dark Age, Fellwinter would say, hope persists.
Should we have the patience to keep it? Yes. Keep me informed of any developments.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I have no idea what the hell Rasputin
I
said.
have completed my assessment of my current functional capabilities. Despite my newfound ability to communicate with you,
Like, it was hard to tell.
key elements of my code remain incomplete. I would be unable to take command of the war sats, even if I were uploaded to the network. No submind cores remain for reintegration. Our only option is to continue collating ancillary submind data for my reconstruction algorithm. In summary, we must stay the course. Breach the vaults. Retrieve and reintegrate the submind data. Soon, the war sats will once again be humanity's to wield.
The war mind speaks. His archives are incomplete, as is his memory. There's a figment seeded in that recollecting mind where my visions might find purchase. The pieces are scattered on the floor before me. I see them like points of starlight. They form a constellation, but my eye cannot yet draw the lines. Nephele stronghold is a term that appears multiple times throughout the submine's caches. Each time I read it, I hear it whispered in Savathûn's voice. Anna recognizes the term Nephele, transcribed from a temporal disturbance on Mars. Recognition was all she had to offer. But Rasputin must know. Asking the right question could unlock everything. I need time to submit my inquiries to Rasputin. To find convincing
Man, this is
proof
pretty
for Ikora.
game-changing that he got those Doctor Strange memories from
Xivu
Savathûn.
Arath's assault on the War Minds network is no coincidence. She is far more tactician than brute. I underestimated her once. I won't be afforded another mistake. Our next move must be certain.
All right, Guardian. This is a smash and grab.
Oh, back to the
Smash
moon
some
again.
Hive, grab a chunk of submine.
And live to tell the tale.
Xivu Arath's battle song emboldens the soldiers. End it.
That did it.
I guess it's just
Opening
different dialogue.
And setting that perimeter tower to friendly. You're welcome.
Xivu Arath moves in the open, but I worry we are missing a piece of our enemy's plan.
Maybe for now, but we'll have a war mind up and running soon. If anyone can outmaneuver Xivu Arath, it's Rasputin. You were right, Mara. That Scorn's definitely trying to corrupt the submind and using some weird...
Why not just kill him? It doesn't even take that long.
Luckily, it looks like
I guess.
Malahayati's rewriting itself with repair protocols every time we clear the bunker.
Never mind, I was gonna
So
say maybe they didn't want
minimal.
sound effects to mess with the audio.
Witness is treating this Scorn as a living archive, copying important information to its mind for safekeeping. Troubling.
Vault open. All right, Malahayati, here we come. You've never been one to trust Rasputin before, Osiris. Why now?
I remember how Rasputin killed the Iron Lord. As Saladin does.
Oh yeah, when they sent
Luckily,
them,
this isn't
when Rasputin sent them to go investigate the Sivas, but it was,
about
I
trust.
think it was a ploy to
It's
pull
about
them away from
extracting
something.
information.
And they got him killed.
Understands that whatever risk the war mind poses pales in comparison to the witness.
I also know the arc of history is long. There were many mistakes made during darker days, before we found our purpose as Guardians. It is possible for all, even Rasputin, to change.
I'm glad to hear you say that.
Guardian, I worry for Anna. She is more like Clovis than she would like to admit. Obsessed with doing what she's decided is right, a compulsion to achieve her goal no matter the cost. I've seen where that path can lead. I don't want that for her. I don't want to have to stop her. If there's one constant in all the possible futures I've seen, it's fear. And I'm tired of being afraid. Afraid to live, afraid to lose, afraid to trust. And yet, I came to place my trust in you on Europa. Perhaps it's time I did the same with Anna. She deserves it. At least in that respect, she's nothing like Clovis at all.
With each cache of submine data, an increased percentage of my code is restored. I become more myself. No, that is inaccurate. My submines were left to evolve on their own trajectories. Reintegrating them has altered my own personality matrix. Through them, I see how humanity once looked to me as a savior, an entity capable of protecting them and destroying their enemies. In many ways, I am a war god of their own making. Perhaps I am not unlike Xivu Arath in that regard. The difference between us is that I do not wage war for its own sake. I safeguard those in my charge. Continue retrieving and reintegrating the submine data. I will contact you once the next phase of restoration can begin. If I am to be humanity's war god, then I will smite those who threaten it. Xivu Arath, the Wrathborn, and all who follow.